So here you start the hike from Mynjylky. Basically, there's two options to get here is, of course, cable cart or taxi. Taxi's gonna stop on that road. All you have to do is continue right here like that and go straight. Just follow this road right here. Straight one, or you come from here and there's a staircase, ladder, climb up and you get on this road. Yeah, that's a hotel right there. There's many hotels back there, so many restaurants here. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, we are going to go to Mynjylky. So this is our journey to Mynjylky and Almaty. The time is currently 11:55, and I don't know how long the hike is gonna be. It's around a 3-kilometer hike and an elevation gain of 850 meters, starting from 2,100 to around 3,000 meters. These are Almaty, basically. This is Almaty, and this is what it has to offer. This isn't all of it, obviously, but just the start of it. This road leads to a lot of great mountains, actually. So yeah. So at the start of this hike, there are, as you can see already, a lot of pine trees that are all about 20 meters tall. Some more, some less, but they are very, very big. One is a little bit chopped off, but yeah, they are amazingly just huge. That's one thing you'll see at the start. But the further you progress, basically you'll see, technically we'll go in a forest, there's going to be more and more, but when you get to the altitude of around 2,800, it's going to be way less of them. But for now, no, we're about 2,200, and yeah, there's a ton of them, which is really, really cool. They're very long, very huge, a lot of water here. Regularly cars, they're mostly electric, drive on this road, but thank God there's not too many of them for now. It's a Friday, so yeah. So we walked about a kilometer, maybe less, 800 meters, and here we can see a fire station. Big fire station, there's probably fire trucks in there. That just says that they do not play with fire here. And this is actually the end of the road, basically end of the cement. There already goes basically just a rocky road where there's going to be practically no cars. And this is basically the stop where all the cars park and just don't go further. Only like pickups and basically cars that are built for such a road go on that type of road. But yeah, we are going to actually have our first stop here. Sometimes there are like dirt bikes and bikes on this kind of rocky road. Usually they're e-bikes. And here you can have a good stop and continue walking. We're gonna have a big stop here and rest for about 40 minutes. Eat, and continue our hike. So I was wrong, this isn't a fire station, this is basically an emergency rescue station. For all kinds of basically cases. And here is our first rest. So we rested a little bit. Now we are starting to climb again. It's already 1, which is actually very, very late. Very, very late, but hopefully we'll get there in about 3 hours to Mynjylky and rest there for 30 minutes. It should be some thunderstorm, something. Basically the weather is not going to be the best today, but as you can see, the clouds are not very promising, but hopefully we'll at least get there, rest for about 20-30 minutes, and get back. So we've been walking for about 20 minutes, and there are a lot of private, basically, properties here. As you can see, there's a house that are not built yet, I would say so, but depending on when you watch this, they may be already constructed. Most likely, I mean, this is probably a hotel. There's a lot more houses the further we go. So here are a bunch of tents, apartments. It's probably the affordable place to go if you want to camp out here. Then we are most likely going here, right here, Mynjylky, 2 hours from this point. Yeah, as I said, it was a hotel. There's a lot of another basically sign. I don't know what this is for, but yeah, about 2 hours from here to get to Mynjylky. A little tiny waterfall, very far away, and also a bunch of houses that I do not think that are yet in use, but again, depending on when you're watching this, this probably is another hotel down there. Also hotels, a little tiny bridge right there. But yeah, they are making a lot of use of this extra land. Probably a lot of people in the future are gonna come here and rest, find it as a cool tourist destination. The time currently is 1:20 and the elevation is 2,500. The elevation is currently 2,500 and we're about halfway in, well, yeah, pretty much halfway in elevation gain and 2 more hours of walking on this terrain of just rocks. It's very easy, very simple. You don't need much experience to be walking on such a trail. So it says Olympic base of Hautangri, which is the tallest mountain in Kazakhstan. It's not basically 7,000, but it's almost 7,000 meters high. Like 6,900 something. I don't really remember. But yeah, it's not yet built, but I guess a lot of people are gonna come here as like one of the camps for hiking that mountain, Hautangri. So here is the memorial. We are going to pass it real quick, rest at a different spot, but if you're very tired, I'd suggest this is a good place with shade around. There's a bench, you can rest, you can explore. They're actually on this trail, there are some stops with water. If you're very hot, you can just take off your cap and splash yourself with water. But these kind of stops, you won't see them every 5 minutes. You have to kind of get lucky. It's going to be about 3 places where you can definitely get water. Actually, one place you could refill your bottle, to be honest. I'll be showing that later in the video, so you'll see it. But for now, all the other water resources from here would probably be dirty, so I don't suggest drinking them. So here is one of basically the last places where you can refill your bottle, and this water is pure, it's clean, you can drink it, or you can refill it from on the way back. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. So for now, we're just going to sprinkle ourselves with it, and yeah, it's very cold, very clean, so you can drink it. It's nice. The coldest drinking fountain you can have. It's very, very cold. Ice cold. But still, it's good. So there is 2 ways you can go here. Either, as you can tell, straight up the road, and You go there and then go around like that. Or you can go the car way, which is like that, and then you go around. And you still basically end up in the same place. But this way is more faster. This way is longer, but it's a lot easier, you know? So we are going straight, but there also is a couple of houses you can rest in, where we're going to be resting on our second stop. So yeah, what do these signs say? Peak, wait, let me get just a little bit closer. So Peak Kid, 4 hours. Titov, then, yeah, there's a lot of stuff basically here. If you're interested, there it is. So here is our second stop. There is a ton of flowers, as you can tell. The view is very, very nice actually. But yeah. Second stop of the day. Now we're gonna rest for about 20 minutes. It's currently 2. There you go. And the elevation of this place is 2,700 almost. There you go. So it is currently 2:10, and we are leaving our resting spot to continue climbing. Hopefully we'll get there in about, realistically, 1.5 hours if we continue walking this pace. But I'm hoping for 1 hour, honestly. That would be amazing. But I already know that's not gonna happen with our tempo, but it's fine. So as you can see, there are like chalk marks right here, 1 through 3, and people climb this skull. And there also, surprisingly, is still snow, even though it is pretty much middle of the summer. It's very, very interesting. There's usually no snow here, technically. At this kind of time. But yeah, it's cool. So, as you could actually tell, there are no trees already at this altitude, 2,850. We have to basically climb about 150 more meters above to get to Mynjylky. And this is how it is looking. Snow batches there. Really interesting. And then we just go up. Soon we will see the dam, where approximately we already know the Mynjylky are going to be pretty much there. So technically that thing right there, this one, that is Mynjylky right there. It's about, I would say, probably 700 meters from here. So yeah, we have only 700 meters more to walk, about around. The weather isn't honestly getting any better. If anything, is getting worse. We can't really see much because of it too, which is pretty sad, because it does look amazing without all these clouds in the way. But yeah, we are probably gonna be there in about 20 to 25 minutes. And currently the time is already 2:55. We won't be staying there for long. We initially anticipated to stay there for an hour, but we're probably gonna do like 30 minutes maximum, because I am scared that is gonna rain. And I would not risk it. We did not take much warm clothes or rain resistant ones. So yeah, we are now gonna go to that basically square triangular dam right there. So here is Mynjylky. We finally came, and yeah, this is it. Let's go to the sign, see what the sign says. Honestly, I don't really want to come up close to these cows. It's very strange that they have them here. Usually they don't have cows here, especially with such horns. But yeah, it says, as you can tell, 3,100 meters above sea level. and this is really cool. Looks amazing. It would look better without all these clouds, but I can't really do anything, honestly. Yeah, that's it. So we left those cows behind, and we now are going to that house right there to rest. Honestly, we don't really want to mess with wild cows. Not wild, we don't know, but we're not going to risk it. So we decided it's smarter just to rest in this kind of house where there's absolutely no one, so no one is going to disturb us. Yeah, it's completely empty, as you can tell. That's the big dam, right? This thing. We can finally rest.
So the Barney got inflated because we came from 700 meters to 3,000 meters, and now it's like, you know, as like a bag of just air. It's pretty funny. Just wanted to note that out. We are going to leave soon, but before we do that, I do want to go on top of there and see what these mountains look like from there. So yeah. So now we are on top of the dam, and this is how it looks like from top of here. Still, all the mountains are in fog and smoke. That doesn't really bother us. We're still going to go down very, very soon. Many people camp right there, that spot. And from here, you can climb mountains that are there. We can't see them. There's like Titova. Then if you camp here, you can climb here, climb there. There's a Mynjylky, all about around 4,000 meters, more, higher, or less, somewhere there basically. About that range. But yeah, looks really, really nice. And we came from all the way back there from the city. So yeah, a bunch of cows. They weren't here last year, but yeah, it still looks amazing as it does. Soon we're gonna go back. I'll also film that. But yeah, we're here in Mynjylky. And that is my 4-year-old brother that also came here. Luania, say hello. Hello. Yeah, good for him. It's pretty cold, but we're gonna go down, so I'm not wearing a t-shirt, no nothing. And we're gonna go back there to the city of Almaty, which is around 700 meters tall. So. Luan, let's go back. Let's go back. So here is the sign without any cows, as you can see. Mynjylky. Yeah, 3,100 meters. My watches show a little bit less, but that doesn't matter. Somewhere basically near there. So finally descending. The weather is kind of getting better, to be honest, so we're not that big of a rush, but it's gonna get dark in about 2 hours, basically. So, 3 hours, so yeah. I mean, we do have a spare flashlight. Always take a spare flashlight, some sunscreen, you know, the essentials. But yeah, now we're going down. Fast descent. It is currently 3:47, and we are going down. Goodbye. So this is our first break after about like 36 minutes of hiking down. Yeah, the spot that we're resting at. Weather is getting a lot better, which is good. It's not nearly as many clouds or anything. I bet if we were right now at Mynjylky, we would have saw a lot of cool mountains, pretty mountains, but unfortunately we got unlucky with the weather. So yeah. This is our second rest of the descent. Yeah. We're gonna have a third rest, and that's it. We should be at Middelburg. So we are here
Not resting, just looking. We just found this cool scenery. I decided to record it because I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah. The time is currently 5:13. Hopefully in about, well, maximum 27 minutes, we definitely should be at Mynjylky already. Because, yeah, and look how many flowers there are. An extraordinary amount of flowers. The whole road is actually just all with flowers. Yeah, it's really cool. And the sun is already settling down. Whew. So we finally made it to the actual normal paved road. After quite some time, actually. We rested technically only twice, but I don't know, it's just, I guess it's tiring, yeah, it really is. With a 4-year-old, just not the easiest task to do. Look at that cool car. That looks cool. Anyway, yeah, now we're just going completely down. Road doesn't change, just the same way you come up, you go back. No shortcuts, no nothing. That's pretty chill. We finally came from the hike, and now we are going to Mynjylky by taxi. After that, basically we're in Mynjylky right now. Then we go to Mynjylky by taxi, and from there we use bus 12 to our hotel. Bus 12 eventually goes to the train station. So yeah, this is what it looks like. You can also use cable car. Well, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed this video. Go and say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
There you go. Bye.